Hello friends, we're going to review modal verbs and related phrases today. We're going to go over obligation, lack of obligation, prohibition, permission, and ability in their present and past forms. We're going to study these modals and some more. And at the end of the presentation, there is one practice for you to study these modals and some useful web links for further study and practice. Let's start with obligation and what it means. It means there is no choice. You are required by rule or law to do something. We have two modals here and their meaning is strong. Have to and must. We should remember must has the meaning of obligation, but it's internal, not only a rule. And let's check some example sentences. We have to stay indoors to limit the spread of the virus. We must eat healthy food to boost our immune system these days. And we have a phrase here, make someone do something, and it means someone or something forces us to do something. Please check the example. Recent regulations make us stay at home at all times. And here, we should also remember, we can use have to and make in their past forms. For example, last night, I had to stay home and I had to stay up all night to finish my homework. Let's continue with some more modals for obligation, but their meaning is less strong. They are should, ought to be supposed to. And some more examples for you. I should eat more vegetables and fruit to fight the virus. We are all supposed to self-isolate. And also, as you see, to be supposed to can be used in the past form. We only need to change the to be part. At first, nobody knew what they were supposed to do about this issue. And lack of obligation. For this, we use the modal don't have to, and it means something is not necessary to do. You know, these days we do a lot of things online, and banking is one of them. So we can say, you don't have to go to the bank to make a payment. You can do it online. Past form of don't have to is didn't have to. You didn't have to finish the report last night. The deadline is tomorrow. So here again we mean it wasn't necessary for you to finish the report last night. And we should remember the difference between don't have to and mustn't. As you see, there's a big difference in their negative forms. If we look at the example sentence again, the first example, you mustn't smoke inside the building, means you're not allowed to do it. It's a prohibition. In the second sentence, you don't have to study tonight, it means it's not necessary. But if you want to do it, you can do it. Let's continue with prohibition. It means you're not allowed to do something. For prohibition, we have mustn't, can't, and to be not allowed to do something. And they have very strong meaning. You mustn't wear jeans to the meeting. You can't eat or drink something in class because it's not hygienic. Students aren't allowed to bring their cell phones to the university exam. As you see in these examples, all these activities are prohibited. We have also some past forms of modals to mean prohibition again. Couldn't and wasn't allowed to. The police officer said I couldn't go down the road because they were investigating. She wasn't allowed to have visitors when she was in hospital. For prohibition, we can use some more modals, but with less strong meaning. They are shouldn't and not supposed to. You really shouldn't touch your face with dirty hands. We aren't supposed to go out much these days. And lastly, we can use to be supposed to in the past. As you see in the example, Chinese people weren't supposed to travel so much when the virus first appeared. The next one is permission, and it means you are allowed to do something. For permission, we have can, to be allowed to, may, and let someone do something. We can continue our lessons on online platforms these days. Students are allowed to have a 15-minute break between lessons. You may bring your own food to the picnic. My parents let me use the family car at weekends. And to mean permission in the past, we can use some modals in their past forms. Could, was allowed to, might, and let someone do something. Here, as you noticed, we use let in the same form because the verb let is the same in both present and past. My company let me take the whole week off last week. I was allowed to work from home when I was recovering. My manager said I could work from home. Let's continue with ability. Ability means the physical or mental power or skill to do something. We have the modals can, can't, to be able to, and manage to. People are able to find their way anywhere in the world thanks to mobile phones. I can create new recipes from the leftover vegetables in the fridge. Many women these days manage to balance home and work life. And to mean ability in the past, we can use these past modals or phrases. Could, couldn't, managed to, didn't manage to, wasn't able to. We have two things to remember here. First one is for a single occasion in the past, which means for an event that happened only once in the past, we use was able to or managed to. And if we look at the meaning of managed to, we use this for difficult things or tasks. We were able to catch our flight in the last minute. My husband managed to explain our situation to the people at the check-in desk. As you see, we're almost at the end of our presentation, and you have one easy practice to do. Here, you will rewrite the sentences and you will use the modals or related phrases in the brackets, but you have to keep the meaning same. And you can find the answer key and some useful online website links to practice more. And finally, for more practice in your student course book or My English Lab platform, there are more practice waiting for you. Thank you for listening.